Written by an Idaho cowboy named Bill Hershey. It's called The Bra. Now, I ain't much for shopping. Fact is, I stay away from town. Except for when shipping time comes, I ain't that easily found. But the day come I had to go, so I left the kids with Ma. Before I left, she asked me if I'd pick her up a bra. Well, without thinking, I said, why sure, how tough could that job be? I bent down to kiss her, said I'd be back by 3. Well, when I got done when I needed to, I started to regret ever offering to buy that thing. I started working up a sweat. I crossed the street to the ladies' shop with my hat pulled over my eyes. I wasn't taking no chances on being recognized. I walked right up that sales clerk. I didn't hem nor haw. I told the lady straight out, ma'am, I'm here to buy a bra. Well, from behind I heard some giggles, and I turned around to see at least 15 women a-grinning and a-gawking straight at me. What style were you looking for, she said. Well, I just scratched my head. I'd only seen one kind before. I thought bras was bras, I said. She rolled her eyes and looked at me and said, sir, that's where you are wrong. Come along with me, she said. And like a dog, I tagged along. Well, she took me down that aisle with them bras is on display. I thought my jaw would hit the floor when I seen that lingerie. There's all these different shapes and styles like I'd not seen before. I thought I'd go crazy before I left that women's store. There are bras you wear for 18 hours. Bras that cross your heart. Bras that lift and separate. That was just the start. Heck, there are bras that make you feel like you ain't wearing one at all. And bras that you can train in for to start out when you're small. Well, I finally made my mind up. Picked a black and lacy one. I told the gal to bag her up. I figured we was done. But then she asked me for the size. I didn't hesitate. I knew the measurement by heart. I said 6 7/8. 6 7/8? Surely that's not right. Well, yes, ma'am, I'm positive. I measured them last night. Well, I guess I caught her by surprise. She started going to shock when I told her that my wife's bust was the same as my hat size. Well, that's what I used to measure with. I figured it was fair. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, ma'am. But all she did was stare. Well, by then a crowd had gathered and they all were cracking up, and the lady asked to see my hat so she could measure for the cup. Well, when she finally had it figured, I gave the gal her pay. I turned to leave the store, tipped my hat, and said good day. Well, my wife had heard the story if I ever made it home. Said she talked to 15 women that had called her on the phone. She was still laughing, but by then I didn't care because now she don't ask and I don't shop for no more women's wear.